Quiz Corner with Kiota Gaming, and it's another quiz today based around boxing this time. Obviously I've been doing I'm hoping it's going to release in conjunction with my doing a 360 series, which I'm currently doing with Fight Night Champion. So obviously EA Sports boxing game, why not chuck a boxing quiz in? So we're going to go with today, which famous boxer are you? No idea where I'm going with this one. So we're going to go about this quiz. The sport of boxing has been around since the days of Alexander. It's a sport where people who really quite like each other can beat each other bloody, and where long running feuds between hated rivals can end in a violent confrontation. Boxing has produced some fascinating figures, but which one are you? So without further ado, let's just jump into it. Let's get started. So where are you from? England. Oh, am I going to be Frank Bruno already? What's your fighting style? I let my opponent exhaust themselves and I take them down. I'm fast and I can take a hit. I'm tough with a nasty left. I'm an offensive battery with every kind of punch coming at you at the same time. Not really any of them. Not an extensive history of fighting, but can hold me own. But I wouldn't say I'm fast and... So I'd say it's a bit tough with a nasty right would be more, or not fast but can take a hit. Not going to be defensive battery every one coming up and letting my opponent exhaust themselves. Probably not so much. We'll go with tough with a nasty left, but change it to right. Are you friendly? I'm friendly, but people don't always want to be my friend. I'm very friendly with women. No, not to minorities. Okay, not quite sure where this one's going. And I'm very friendly. I'd say I'm very friendly. Maybe not the best thing for a boxing quiz, but yeah. Some of those are a bit iffy, those questions. As always, going to put the link in the description down below, so you want to take it yourself. Let me know how you get on, who you pick. Not sure what that one's going to bring in, but if you want to test it out, let me know. Do you feel like an outsider? Yes, all the time, my whole life. No, but I feel like a stranger in my own home. I'm not an outside, but only because I bring the inside to me. I did growing up to a degree, but I wouldn't say all the time, my whole life. Somewhere in the middle. Don't feel like a stranger in my own home. Wouldn't say I'm not an outsider, but only because I bring the inside to me. No, not really. I mean, I kind of have to go with that one. It's the most. I don't know. They're too broad. Yes and no are too broad. It's somewhere in the middle, and those aren't really in the middle. So, yeah, not really. Are you hated for reasons beyond your control? Yes, I'm hated for my race and my audacity. No, I'm hated because I made a fool of myself. No, I'm not really hated for much. Or no, I'm hated because I'm so good. I'm not really hated for much. Maybe apart from my poor YouTube content. Let me know in the description down below if you agree with that. Yeah, I love a good comment. Are you groundbreaking? So far, you'd say for my YouTube content, probably not. So I break all the ground everywhere. No. I break new ground only. No, but I build on those who did break ground. It's very hard to be groundbreaking these days, really, isn't it? In any sort of field or walk of life, because most things have been done. I'm going to go with no, but I build on those who did break ground. Are you a good role model? I'd like to think so. I've got a young daughter. I'd like to think I'm a good role model for her. So not in my lifetime, but today I am. Well, today is in my lifetime, so that doesn't make sense. Not really. Not in any respect except my will to win. And yes. So I'm just going to go with yes. Are you inspiring? To those of my race and to those who love boxing? Irrelevant. To my ancestral homeland? Yes. Not really. Half Irish, half English. Not really inspiring to either of those. To the people who live at the bottom? Yes. And to the people of my nation? Yes. Where's the no? To the people at the bottom, fighting for the underdog. Let's go with that one. Have you had to overcome any major injuries? I have lots of little niggly ones, mostly from a car crash a couple of years ago. Always got problems with my back, shoulder, ankle, Achilles, that sort of thing, muscular kind of things, really. So we're going to go with, I wouldn't say riddled, because I mean most of them they're not debilitating. They're training. They're not training injuries, but that's the closest to it, really. I wouldn't say riddled. although my back does feel like it some days, and especially in this cold. And when confronted with a problem you can't fix, can you mount a comeback? I like to say yes. I think I've got some bounce back ability to chuck in some terms there. So it's actually 30 questions, this question. Hint, I don't want to take any hints. I mean, it's supposed to be a sort of a personality quiz, not a, well, kind of personality quiz. So I don't want any hints for it. When do you go for the knockout? When I see an opportunity, early and often. When my opponent gives me an opening, late in the fight. Those two are kind of similar, and those two are just the polar opposite. I would say when I see an opportunity. I mean, that's waiting for your opponent to do something. An opportunity can be created by yourself, so we'll go with that. TKO or knockout. We'll go with the knockout. It's more glamorous, isn't it? More dramatic. How's your job? Jab. Misreading that. How's your jab? It's my best weapon. It's quick. It's precise. It's like being hit like a truck. Just kind of airing it in the front room right now. I'd say it's got a pretty bit of force behind it. Maybe not quite being hit by a truck, but let's go with precise. What would be a good nickname? The Hammer, the Anvil, the Kid, the Greatest. Let's go with the Hammer. No, let's go with the Anvil. Power. Which era was the best for boxing? The early 20th, the 90s. I love the 90s. I love the 1990s for boxing. Eubank, Ben, Collins. That was what I grew up on. Bruno was around then, obviously, as well. We're going to go the 1990s. I mean, obviously, you go back to sort of mid 50s, like 50s, 60s, 70s. Ali, all that sort of time. But Tyson in there as well. Holyfield. Loved the 90s. Absolutely loved it. Would your success in the ring spark a riot? No, I don't think so. Not unless I did something absolutely embarrassing or outrageous. Have you ever done anything embarrassing outside of the ring? Well, I haven't technically been inside the ring, so all of my life would be outside the ring, and I've done many, many, many embarrassing things outside the ring. So, yes, plenty of times. It's very vague, very unspecific, so we'll go with that. What form would your retirement likely take? Fleeing the country, a slide into obscurity, burnout, or one last victory? I'd go with one last victory. I think end on a high. Try and end on a high. I think that would be the best way. Assuming I get some victories along the way before that, rather than just sliding into obscurity without even sliding into relevancy, I guess. How important are you to history? I think everyone, to a degree, is in their own history important, aren't they? Obviously, this is specific to boxing, though, but I'd say I'm a footnote. At some point everyone gets forgotten, don't they? Mostly. Are you all brawn? I'm equal parts brawn and brains. No, I'm also part libido. Totally, no, I'm pretty brainy. I'd go with the brainy. I think it's more up here than in the arms, but when I put my mind and my body through it and do it, and I'm able to get past the niggles, I can get pretty brawny. But no, we'll go with the brainy. If you're not boxing, what sport would you play? I mean, technically it's football, but they're calling it soccer, so we'll go with soccer. If not sports, what profession would you pursue? None of those. Actually, if I won the lottery, I think I'd like to buy a nightclub. I think that's something I'd do. Not for any glamour or prestige or anything. I think it'd just be quite a fun thing to do. Having your own club, I think it'd be quite cool. TV personality would be, pretty good. Run a charity, longshoreman. Okay, whatever. We'll go with nightclub owner. How likely are you to accrue titles outside of boxing? I assume that means things like, I don't know, degrees, things like that. I don't really know. Doctor, something like that. So somewhat likely. I do like to study and stuff and learn things. Will your image become iconic? No, I don't think so. Do people make jokes about you? Not at my expense, constantly just to do a Google image search of me. No, but they make movies about me. They used to became a champion. I'd say not at my expense, but then, you get banter with your mates, don't you? You take the piss out of each other and rip on each other. When you're in your prime, would you be able to take on today's boxing I mean, I'm answering this really just like truthful, like nothing to do with boxing really. I'm just applying it to what I can. When you're in your prime, would you be able to take on today's boxing fair? In a heartbeat, probably not. No way. I'd give it a shot. So now I think a lot of the guys, I mean, fitness has been, health and diet and nutrition has probably come on a lot since then. I think the guys back in the 90s were better than what they are now. I mean, Tyson in his prime would probably ruin most of the heavyweights around now, wouldn't he? Probably. So let's say we were from that era. Would we be able to take on today's prime? In a heartbeat. Let's go with that. Are you a champion of the underclass? No, but everyone looked to me anyway. I mean, that reads kind of like a prejudice and all that. It sounds like a racial kind of thing or something like that. So no, not really. Are you overrated? I wouldn't say I am. No, I'm not overrated. I'm not underrated. I'm not even rated. So we'll go with that. Has anyone ever famously cheated to try and beat you? A couple of years ago, I found out when we used to play Monopoly when we were kids, my mate was the banker all the time, and he would be stealing money out of there. So yes, but that wouldn't be famous. So not famously, no, but I have been cheated. I know who you are, and I'm coming for you. And the final question, question 30: will your greatness be recognised in your lifetime? So no, it will a bit while I'm alive, and then again when I'm dead. And yes, but some people say I'm overrated. I'd say a bit while I'm alive, and then again when I'm dead. So who do we get? Calculating results. Who have we got? I'm going to put the sound on here, just in case, because it looks like it's loading a video. Is it an advert? So we've got James Walter Braddock. I won't lie, I don't think I've ever heard of him. Braddock was born in New York City and boxed for a time with some success during the Great Depression. However, he had to give up boxing to support his family as a longshoreman. Injuries meant his right hand stained in his boxing years meant he had to compensate by the use of his left hand. We've seen similar story in my Fight Night Champion, or you will do if it hasn't come out to that episode yet, or hasn't come out at all yet. Making his left suddenly better than his right. His economic woes were so bad, and actually that does fit a little bit, because when I was younger I broke my ankle and I still went to go out and play football with my friends. So I was on crutches with boot on and cast on, playing football, playing left footed, and that actually made me maybe not better left footed than right, but it made me almost equally as good left footed as right footed. And I actually made not a career, but my Sunday league and playing for my college and university teams and stuff like that was playing on the left hand side, because there wasn't many that could, and I was adept at my left foot because I trained it from not being able to use my right for sort of 2 months. His economic woes were so bad that he had to take government relief, which made him feel terrible. When he came out of retirement dominated with an unexpected heavy left hand, his comeback inspired Damon Runyon to dub him Cinderella Man. So let's see what else do you stack up. So 6% is James Walter Braddock. Okay, why is that the top one if it's 6? Because Oscar De La Hoya is 15, which I'd take. Golden boy, isn't it? De La Hoya. Jack Johnson. Not familiar with him in boxing terms. I know the name. Isn't it a singer? Folk singer? Something like that. And Lennox Lewis, 62%. Not sure why it's given Braddock as 6%. Is that supposed to be a different number or something? Because Lennox Lewis is the bigger one, but it's green for some reason, whereas the others are blue. I'm not too sure. So I'm not overly sure what's happening with this quiz. Anything else on there interesting? There's a few on there that might be quite interesting, but not right now. So that's the end of today's quiz corner. If you want to drop a like down below if you enjoyed today's episode, that would be absolutely fantastic. New to the channel as well, drop a sub. I'll be bringing some more quizzes coming through soon, different ideas. If you've got any quizzes or any ideas like this you want me to take, pop them in the comments down below, and yeah, I'll be sure to add them to the list. I've got a bit of a Word document going at the moment with different ones to try, so they'll be coming out. A lot of them are quite similar, so I'll try to space them out a little bit. But until next time, I'll see you later. Take care.